What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh, and I'm just your average Joe day trader. Well, guys, it is market closed Monday night, July 28th. And I literally was joking around earlier today with the group in the Discord, basically saying that the title of this video is "What the Heck Happened Today?" And I told him I was just literally going to stare at the camera with a blank look on my face, which I really do have, literally like this, because I don't understand what happened today. Guys, I really am being totally not sarcastic. The market today was so unusual. There was just no gas in the gas tank today on the market. Now, there are things that ran that you had potential to make money in on the list of the best day trade stocks. But the majority of stocks today, after having a beautiful gap up in the S&P 500 and it pretty much going to a new all-time high level in the pre-market, all it did all day was dump, and everything for the most part followed suit. Several of my long-term hold stocks like Tesla and Apple held my longer term portfolios together, but everything else, shorter term, or even the stuff in my long term that I day trade, APLD, SoundHound, Serve Robotics, Ford, they were all down. Okay. BBAI, every single one of them had a downtrend. We're going to go through a few of those tonight, just to kind of share those with you. But at the end of the day, a very disappointing market day. But there's a lot of positivity in that very disappointing market day, because what happens when stocks go down? Come on, let me hear you. Put the comment in, drop a comment in there. What do we do when the stocks that are the best day trade stocks or great stocks for long term, what do we do with them when they drop? Can't hear you guys. Boom, there it is. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Okay. The wealthy get richer when there's days like the market today, because they buy the bottom and they ride it to the top, laughing at each and every single one of us about how they made money while we all ran for the hills, selling like crazy, thinking it was the end of the market world. So personally, what I really believe, as far as my opinion, is that the all-time high of the S&P 500, the NASDAQ was up, some great trade, negotiation news, some really good things that were taking place in the market today, cause for a lot of investors, knowing that we're getting ready to run through August into September, which is generally a down month in the market. Okay. A lot of really good earnings potential plays right now, but generally people are in a sell-off situation in the month of August, September, until we get back into October. And what we saw, I believe, today was a pretty big sell-off this morning from all-time highs, hedge funds, institutions taking profit, and it running back down. And that's okay. Listen, you have to remember, when the market is doing really, really well, and it continues to go up, and it's breaking resistance, breaking resistance, breaking resistance, eventually the market's got to breathe. Eventually the market's got to drop back down, pull back a little bit, take a breath, and then start again. The greatest thing about pullbacks and retests are that when that happens, potentially the market goes stronger in the next up run. So we're going to kind of see how that works out over time. But right now, I really think that's a lot of what's going on in the market and why they're going down. So let's take a look really quick at the S&P 500. I had been watching it through the post market. I wanted to see what it did last night, 8 p.m. You guys saw this beautiful gap up, and it ran through the 24 hour up through this new high, 640.28, and it hit this point right here. And if you notice that is 2:15, 2:30 in the morning, it started this downtrend. And next thing you know, it was on a consistent downtrend with some horizontal right before market open, and then nothing but pretty much downtrend all the way through, sitting to the bottom of 635.54. And of course, the market's closed, even though we're in the 24-hour post market now, running back up at the end of the day. Like, why couldn't that run back up been earlier in the day, midday, and us continue to run up? But it's continuing to run up through the post market, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. When we look at a lot of the average Joe best day trade stocks, GTX, okay, they had a nice upward opportunity today. This is Garrett Motion, the one that does turbochargers using AI technology for vehicles. Serve Robotics, listen, disappointing, nothing but a rundown today. Had a quick opportunity right here to make some money, but it was very small. Ford, also a rundown today. SoundHound, rundown today. APLD ran down, had a couple quick glitches in there. I made money in APLD today. Thank you, Jesus, but only by the grace of God, because I got in at about $10.55. I got out at about $10.68. And then look, it even had a nice run up late in the day, 3:30, nice run up, 10:49 to 10:70. I had already been done and out of at that point. Literally closed my computer, closed my phone, wasn't looking at anything else today. And now it's back on post market, coming back down, sitting at 1050. CX Cement, you can always count on cement, had a hard run down and a nice run up today. BBAI, listen, $7.01 low today on BBAI, sitting at $7.13. My opinion, you buy the dip. You buy the dip. BBAI is not going anywhere. SLDB had a pretty decent opportunity for run up today. IM Gold dropped. You could have made some money in there today. Grab also very flat through the day. And Wolf, WULF, not much going on, but a slow, steady, rise back up to where it had dropped off from a very high point. So not much going on. In the day trade new, okay, we had Oklo that had this big, look at this, is literally a saucer with a cup handle. HIMS ran down at the end of the day, ran up. ASTS, you're going to see some nice flow in there. SMR had an end of day run up. QUBT, not much going on there. Run was a nice run up. Most of the day could have made your money there. APLD we talked about. NVTS, listen, this is one I know some of the guys made money in today too. But again, just not doing a whole lot today. Nothing impressive going on. Same with TMC, nothing impressive going on there. And PL, Planet Labs, on a down run. Mid-price Rocket Labs, $44.41, sitting at $45 now. Nice opportunity if somebody wanted to get in, because it was at a high of $48.17. So a good opportunity maybe to make $2-3 per share. And that tomorrow. Ionic, hard run down, ended nicely in the day. CCL Carnival, you could have ran it up there. SoFi, disappointing day for SoFi today, but sitting at $21.09. Earnings are coming up soon, though, so that's going to be pretty exciting. And Intel had a hard run up. Look at this beautiful run up in the morning, pretty much from a low. Let me get on the right candle. A low of $20.67, all the way to a high of where is this? Here it is. $21.28. Not bad. That was a nice candle. And then you had to get out because it dropped quick and spent the rest of the day down. And then as far as the high dollar movers, guys, Tesla, okay, that's pretty much held my long-term portfolio together, back up in the 325, 330 range, hit a high of 330.48. Amazon also nice up, but sort of steadied out. Apple, had an up run and then a down and back up, trying to regain some momentum here. Google was down, regained at the end of the day. NVIDIA, all day long, NVIDIA closed at 176.75, sitting at 176.89. A very nice day for NVIDIA. Same with AMD, a nice run up day. Palantir was very disappointing, and they had this crazy hard drop down to 153, but it recovered back to 157.87 at close. Robinhood does have earnings coming up, dropped and then spent the rest of the afternoon getting back up there, and SMCI all day long. So I still couldn't honestly give you a good analyst's opinion of what happened in the market today. We're going to go with some sell-off and some breathability. We'll see what happens tonight through the market into the morning tomorrow. Hoping to see it turn around a little bit tomorrow and as we work through the week. But at the end of the day, listen, it's not a crash by any means, not a hard drop by any means. There's some breathing opportunity there, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So stay positive, stay focused. Don't run from it. You didn't lose anything until you sell it. And when we see profit, take profit. Don't overstay our welcome. Guys, make sure that you don't use anything you need to pay your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, your health insurance, your your house insurance, your homeowner's insurance payment, or put food on the table to feed yourself or your family, guys, make sure the money you're using, you understand your risk and where that risk is at, and that you are covering yourself and take care of yourself. We'll see you tomorrow. Josh out. Peace.